DreAllDay.com.
Three-point shootout, I think will be really good. They got the stars in there. They got Paul Pierce. You got who else in the three-point contest? You got Gallinari from the Knicks, who's a real good shooter. They got some good people. They got Cook, who won it last year from the Heat. Three-point contest, I'm gonna go with Paul Pierce. Just because I respect what Paul Pierce does on the court. I respect the fact that he's gonna be prepared and that he's coming to win. I don't know who. You don't never know a three-point contest. Somebody can have a bad shooting night. Somebody can get hot, but I like the three-point contest. I always have, so I'm gonna go with Paul Pierce. In the All-Star game, I don't give a damn. Nobody cares who actually wins the game. As far as who's gonna play the best, I'm gonna go with LeBron James. I mean, LeBron James is the best player out there. He puts up amazing numbers every night. He's on my fantasy team right now, which I'm in first place in my league. So I'm gonna go with LeBron. I mean, Kobe's not playing. And funny thing about the All-Star game, sometimes even the star players, their stars on their teams, they come to the All-Star game and they don't play as aggressively. Like they play, it seems like they're kind of in awe of the whole situation and they defer. So there's only a couple guys who don't really have that mindset. They out there just playing because it's normal to them. LeBron's one of them, so I'm gonna go with LeBron for the All-Star game. And which NBA baller is most similar to me? I'm not going to compare myself to any NBA baller. I think my game is unique. I mean, I take small parts from a whole bunch of different players, but I don't pattern my game after anybody, and I wouldn't want anybody to compare me. Well, I wouldn't mind somebody compared me to a player. They said it was similar, but I don't want to be like associated with any other name. I just want to be me. All right, Dan Dunk, 76. Could I make a vid of one-on-one defensive stance against a triple threat? I'll definitely look into that. Thanks for the suggestion. I'll write that down. He said he hates defending the triple threat because he backs off. The offensive player shoots the jump shot when he backs off and he gets too close. The guy blows by him. That's the purpose of the triple threat. That's why defense is hard work. That's why people rather play offense than defense, because it's easier to score on the defender than it is to stop a score. So once I put that vid up or whatever other information you find out there, Dan Dunk 76. Work on your defense, because most players don't want to put the effort into defense. So make sure you don't become one of those players. The next prototype says, what should I do if my parents don't believe in my basketball goals? I want to be a pro. Well, as long as your parents don't forbid you from actually playing basketball, keep working on your game. I mean, if they don't believe, they don't have nothing to do with what you do with the time that you have every day, 24 hours. Get on the court and work on your game. Young Buck 452 asked me a question about high school coach favors certain players. He's riding the bench. I got a vid that I discussed that exact situation. I'm gonna post that vid today. I'm gonna post that vid tomorrow. There's a bunch of people have been asking me that question, so I'm gonna post that vid tomorrow about what to do when you got a situation where you're not really seeing eye to eye with the coach. So look for that tomorrow. It's coming up. Good question. Board 1 asks, which MP3 player do I use when I work out? I use an iPod. A. Morgan 2610. He says he remembers me saying attitude going into the game is think like you're the best player out there. That's right. And if I went to a top league in Europe or into the NBA, will my attitude change? Will I be more humble, modest? No, hell no. I will be even more so how I am now if I'm in the NBA or Euro League, because the mental part of the game is even more important the higher up that you go. So if you go in there thinking that you don't belong or that the other player is better than you, you're going to get eaten alive and you'll be out of the league before you even know what happened. The Young 13. What would be the best move to blow by an opponent and take it to the hoop? It would be to take one dribble, 2 steps, and finish. That's the best move. I mean, there is no single one move that's always going to work. Basketball is fluid like that, so it depends on the situation, what the defender's doing, what the other players on the court are doing. So your best move is to be as efficient as possible, which is the least amount of movement, the fewest amount of dribbles, fewest amount of wasted energy to get to the basket. So it all depends on what the situation is. Just remember to be efficient. You don't have to pound the ball so much. You don't have to do so much movement. Just be efficient.
Actually, hold on. Let's see. Dre's got the ball. Let's see what he does here. Okay, he's fucking cooking him.